to like do the shocking, or, because you know, all that, we have to pay for someone to do all the shocking, to buy the shock and to.
So the board has come to agreement with the city that all the general maintenance will be done by the city, and game day preparations will be done by the league. That's the
That was
ranking.
with the agreement that y'all were gonna pay $7,500.
Correct.
So now, if we do it the way, because y'all are just, I mean, I figure that's about $4,000 that y'all have right, no,
It's only, it's 5,955 is where we're at right now.
Just keep in mind, we have until the 31st. That's when we'll do a
gonna
hard
say,
close
they-
on the registration.
Yeah, that's.
y'all until the 31st of January?
Correct.
That's just a week away.
Do y'all have any, so y'all are willing to do more maintenance on the grounds, on the baseball fields?
But we feel for what we're paying for the fields, that that maintenance should be included. I'd like to remind you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem, these fields were built for the kids.
Yes,
And
definitely.
we are here representing those children who are using the fields. So as much maintenance as the city could provide, obviously we're providing a sizable chunk to defray some of those costs. We're very appreciative of everything the city can do to help us provide a safe and fun environment for the children to play. The funds that we do have that we're receiving from registration fees, sponsorships, and things of that nature are going towards revamping the league and providing better uniforms for the kids, more safety training for the coaches, assistant coaches, training materials for the coaches who maybe haven't coached before but really want to get involved. We'll be making available training materials to those coaches to provide a better experience for all the kids. And so that's what we're hoping to accomplish with these changes that we've proposed.
Question for Ms. Turner. Was the league able to pay $7,500 for, according to the contract for last year?
Yes, they did pay late. They did pay all 3 installments and then the $1,000 for the fall ball.
So is that the fall ball included in here, or not?
The 1,000
The
would be
fall ball will be an additional $1,000.
In the contract, it's an option. It's part of section 6.8 at the very end there. There's some.
But we did that
asterisks.
separate last year, didn't we?
Well, we did like an amendment to the contract last year, but we wanted to put it in here as an option. It doesn't say that they have to have fall ball, but we wanted it as an option if they here registration. And so the fall ball for the 2020, and this is a 1-year agreement. It's not a multi-year agreement.
I'm curious as to the board's decision to go with the maximum not to exceed. Why the change this year?
It's based off of historical registration numbers. We don't expect, a year where we'll have 500 kids registered. And so it just kind of helps provide a ceiling for us so that we're not overspending on this contract when we just don't know what registration can be.
It also helps us determine our registration fees from year to year, so that we have a set, hey, we have to cover this, plus we know baseballs, we spend quite a bit on that, and other safety-related equipment and things like that.
Was the same amount last year, 2150, was that the same amount?
That's, if you took our registration numbers last year, and you divide the 7,500 by that, it comes to the 2150, give or take a few pennies probably.
Yeah, because he said that, excuse me, Mr. Silva said that it was, if we did 350, that'll be the 7,500.
Yes.
So last year y'all had 348.
Correct.
And at 277 right now, we're gonna have less teams, which means less lights, less usage on the fields. I believe the breakdown may have our team count as of right now. Also, on the talking of the fields, the maintenance is covered in section 5 of the contract. And I believe it's in there that the city would chalk the fields.
Yeah, that's what we had last year, but I'm asking if y'all could do something, if y'all want us to cut down on the prices. And I know it was made for the children, for all of the children, not just certain organizations.
Right.
But that's just a question that I was asking.
Yeah, so as Austin said, it is in section 5.1.
Yes,
So
But
it is there,
y'all
and so.
changed it at the last minute, so we couldn't change it. We couldn't change
You have
it.
a red line copy which shows the minor change that we made,
Yes.
and that's specifically in 6.8, so there
Yes,
weren't
that's
any
the
other
minor
material
change,
changes.
but y'all gave it to us at the I mean, I just got my paperwork right now,
Right,
so that's what I'm saying.
it's just one minor change.
Well, it's not really considered minor if it's financial change.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
That is
a
true,
large
and if we would
change.
take away the maximum on that red line,
I'm sorry?
if we would take away the maximum,
The original contract just said 7,500 or
Yes.
2,150. It didn't say minimum, maximum, so
but if y'all wanna go with the 2150 per register, we can just eliminate that 7,500. Ben?
You mind if I ask a question?
Sure.
So what if, because you do sponsorships, and sometimes it's lacking, what if, we were to go and get sponsorships, could we share the fence and the sponsorship to make up, so say there's a loss, so our maintenance cost is always the same, right? So if you come in and say 59, it's still gonna cost us 75, even probably more, so we don't take a loss on the 4A board, you saw the financials earlier. Could we amend the contract to where if we went and got our sponsorships, we share that fencing on sponsorships to make up for that loss if you were to take a loss?
As far as I understand the contract, we don't have exclusive rights to the fencing. We do have access to them.
So we could put that in there, so there wouldn't be an issue moving forward with the board and other parents, so we could add that in, so if the 4A, the 4B were to go get sponsorship to help the kids and help the park, improve the park, we could have rights to put our sponsorship on.
I think that'd be in everybody's best interest.
Okay.
Well, as far as sponsorship is concerned, you have a right in your contract, the attorney did prepare that you can advertise, the city did not ask for any portions of that sponsorship that you received.
Right.
But you could actually, that we could do that during the season, that was in the original contract.
Right, and sponsorship is the same as registration. It fluctuates year to year, so I think the city knows that as well with the events that it runs. Somebody might say that they're sponsoring and then fall through at the last minute, so we can't rely on that in terms of contract financials.
But if you do get sponsorship, that's extra money for y'all, correct?
It goes right back to the kids.
Well, no,
in some
but I'm
form or
saying
another.
to the league.
Right,
And then there were tournaments as well, right? Did y'all have tournaments?
we have 2 tournaments planned
all-star tournament,
at the moment.
yes. And
Which is-
we, per Little League rules, we're not allowed to charge admissions or anything of that nature. We even, technically, we don't have to charge, or we're not required to force parents to play, or pay to play. So if parents can't pay, then we have to let that kid play, and we eat that through our sponsorships cover those children that can't pay.
But you also get the concession stand, right? Or does the
Yes.
city get, no,
Yes.
y'all
That's,
get the
that's,
concession
that's
stand?
mentioned in here as well.
Right, it is volunteer run. In the fall league, it was closed most of the time, so we didn't have enough volunteers. Out of 150 children playing, parents, aunts, uncles, nobody was really stepping up to volunteer for that. So
We also
it's not, again, it's not guaranteed
We
revenue.
also agreed last year too on the board that for the 7,500, they're able to host an extra tournament if they need to make up that cost if they were short. So they can charge for teams to come play, and other things like that.
Are we
Yeah,
still
those have been
doing
their
that this
options.
year?
That hasn't been discussed that I know of.
Yeah, that wasn't,
Was that on the contract, Ms. Turner?
For football, it was,
No, us hosting like a secondary tournament to bring Little League in.
they said that they would actually negotiate it like they did, and when they actually had something in hand, they would come back to the council in reference to what it was, because it's not part of this contract. If we're gonna go with the 2150 for your residents, you had over 100 people in your fall ball, that would have come to more than $1,000.
Well, we were gonna keep the 1,000 for fall ball, just separate from 2150 would just cover spring registration.
But they had over 100 children, if you use that number at 2150, I believe it's over $2,000. I would
Correct.
understand apples to apples, and so I think your recommendation, I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but I think what you're saying is that you want to charge per resident registration, and if you charge you per head of 2150, then it's different for fall ball because it's a
That
different
would,
fee.
that would also then
So we
push
would
our,
have to change the
And so
fall?
then you want to charge that per,
For
because
the
I
fall?
think, for my, and this is just my memory, Councilwoman, you have to help me out, but it was new, they were trying, and so I think they offered something like $5 a head or something, so we came up with $1,000 because they didn't know if football was going to be successful or not, because it was their first time doing it, and so they had over 100 children. So
Okay.
then it becomes, you had 100 children, it's $10 a head.
150%?
roundabout.
Right.
So that's, I mean, 21 is about there.
But registration was also half the cost for fall ball.
So we charge 1150 at 150,
So, because it sounds, I mean,
Ms. Turner, what is the deadline to agree on this contract?
1700.
well, they're actually having an opening day, it's scheduled for the 24th of March, 28th of March.
They're having tryouts.
Tryouts are next Friday.
Tryouts are next
But
Friday.
they're advertising and registration, so we needed to, we started some conversations earlier, we have met earlier, we missed some meetings, but we kept on that we needed to have this under contract. Before we had them under contract, we needed to have full payment for the last agreement, they were able to do that, and so we need to be able to put this in contract so that we can do that. I'm bringing to you in the next meeting, we need to advertise for maintenance, we're waiting to have the EC's meeting about maintenance contract, those kind of things. I think they budgeted $50,000. We went out to bid the last time, that contract is done. So this is the 11th or
So could
13th
you
hour.
could you
But
put the one
it just seems like there's a lot of
half?
uncertainty in understanding the contract right now. I don't think that we would not let Little League do their tryouts or access the field, but as far as coming to an agreement on the contract, I don't think council is ready to make that decision right now.
There's a lot to read here, and we just got it today.
Okay, the only,
And I'm-
President, you're right, and I agree, but the only change in the contract from last year is the 6.8 that they brought to this year. Everything else is exactly the same that they had last year.
Okay, but if we're gonna do it for the spring, do we do it for the fall also?
You need to, so we don't have to amend the contract, so we can do it for the fall and the spring. They never said they didn't want to have fall ball, did you?
Well, it was a trial run last year, and we're not discussing that at this time. That'll be
Okay.
further along in the season if we're even gonna host a
Well,
fall
we didn't
season.
make it an option. in
That's
the
why we
contract.
left it at an option.
It's optional, but it's something that we need to do, but I agree that it's a small change according to what
But we'll
Mr.
do
said,
it for both.
but it's all about the money, and so that is a big thing, is about the consideration, so it's up to you to decide.
I feel like we need to go ahead and table this, and I'm gonna make a motion to go ahead and table this. Not that we're not gonna do for y'all, because we're gonna go for the kids. But I think that we just need to study this more and see if we're gonna go with what we did last year, the whole 7,500, or either the 2,150. And at that time, you probably, by next week, you should have an accurate amount of registered kids.
Is that a motion?
Yes?
Do I have a second?
One second.
All in favor?
Any citizen comments?
Citizen? Citizen? Do I have any citizens' comments on this? Do y'all have anything else to say?
No, I disagree with this motion, but,
The only
That's not my
comment I would have is that maybe the board would look, since y'all came with 2150, and then fall ball, you charge half the price. So if you were to go in there and put, if you got 150 kids, would the board be acceptable to charging half of 2150 would be 1075 for every kid in the fall league versus the flat rate? And then
Also, for fall ball, we're giving
For the
up the
fall and the-
exclusiveness. So we had
yes.
to work around, cricket ball, softball league. other things like
No,
that.
they had first rights to fall ball. It was Monday through Thursday is what they gave us. So they had first rights for fall and
But
spring.
in this contract, we don't have first rights for fall ball. It's-
Yes, they did. They had
No,
first
not
rights.
in this
It
one
was,
right here. That's
Monday
being-
through
Yeah,
Thursday.
so that's what he's saying, it's tabled just to make sure they can earn out.
Yeah, so we can make sure.
If we're gonna knock it out, let's knock it out for the whole year.
Right.
Not leave it optional, and then we're right back here in fall, let's just earn it out, have it done for the year.
Let's do it right the first time.
So we'll have it on the agenda next meeting.
So what we need to know is if we're gonna charge 2150 on both, on the fall and the spring?
what we're talking about is because our registration fees are cut in half for the fall, what Mr. Reed is talking about
Oh,
is
y'all charge
reducing.
1150 for the
No,
fall?
no,
Well, that's an
No.
option. We charge the participants half the cost for fall ball because of,
To be clear, our registration fees for T-ball is $80, and the baseball, softball fee is $100. Included in that is our field rental fee, safety, uniforms, caps, insurance, supplies, field supplies, baseballs. So you can imagine $20, $22 eats that up pretty quick.
Y'all don't get sponsors for your uniforms anymore, Jacob?
We do, we get sponsors, but again, sponsorships.
So the insurance, does it work for both the fall and the spring?
Yes, it's covered for
It's covered the
calendar
whole
year.
year?
Yes, calendar year,
Okay.
January 1 through end of year.
All right, do I have a motion and,
A second.
a second?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I have to agree with Mr. Silva that this, action was not properly done, because once you make a motion, then you come to a second, and then the second makes a comment, but that's for future, reference, right? But I do agree, that there was a motion and a second, so now we can continue with that, but you were right, sir.
About what? About that?
About the motion I made.
What is it?
Point of order.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, and I had made those points and orders there, and point of information earlier.
Thank you.
So, all in favor? To table? Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, and, item G, CNA to approve to go out for bids for the sidewalk project.
Thank you, Mayor. Intrepid was not able to make the meeting tonight, but I know you're familiar with this project. This is a project that we received the grant for our downtown revitalization. As you see, we have included a map that we talked about and discussed. And so now it's time for us to go out to bid. We're asking for your permission to go out to bid so that we can get this project going in reference to that. The question that everybody's asking is, who's the contractor? We don't know yet, but we're going to go out to bid and we're allowed to do that. If you look at the memo from Russell from Intrepid, our engineer, he gives you advertising dates, the 24th. So if you approve it, I tell him to first thing tomorrow when he gets it in the paper, to advertise in the paper as we have to do. We will put it on our website as well. And he's getting a preliminary drawing, and then it's really going to be important for this contractor for us to meet with the business owners once we have selected one. And then, of course, you all have to approve who we select based on the bids. And when we talk about closing and opening, it's going to be really time consuming because they have to still be able to operate. So we're asking that you approve for us to go out to bids for the grant as we have previously approved.
Point of information, Madam Mayor, can you please, Ms. Henrietta Turner, bring up to date our new colleague over here, our freshman?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so the city of Floresville in October, a year and a half ago, applied for a downtown revitalization grant to make the sidewalks handicap accessible. And as you know, they are not handicap accessible. And so you have a small map that's attached to it, and we went out and applied to that. But we actually did an overall to go all the way from where we are right now at 3rd and D, all the way to the Catholic Church is what we want to do. But this is our first phase. And so it'll go down on both sides from the courthouse and the dry cleaners on 3rd Street, all the way down to C. At C, it takes a left, goes towards 2nd Street. And we do it on both sides as well to make it handicap accessible. Now, the councilman, this was definitely Mr. Ortiz's idea, wanted to apply again, and we can apply for the second phases, but we have to start this phase before we can apply for the others. It is a grant and a match. Our match is $50,000. EDC provided the match for that. And also there's a match from the city. We have to help them in the demolition process to make sure we help put in the dumpsters and things such as that. So we're really excited about this program. We're hoping that we can expand on it going forward. And what we're asking permission to do is to advertise for people to come and do the work. And then it comes back to you. As you'll see, it'll be back to you sometime to accept the bids that were submitted at the end of February for you to approve the contractor. Is that okay, Councilman? Great.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
No, thank you.
Okay, CNA to approve to go out for bids for the sidewalk.
I make a motion to go out for bids for the sidewalk project.
I second.
Do I have any citizens' comments?
Madam Mayor, may I make a comment?
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This project has been kind of long, you know, we've been waiting for this to start it's been taking a good while, as I can recall, and I have to thank Ms. Henrietta Turner here for helping me guide this grant, and especially the council, you know, that supported this resolution, and then it went to TDA with the Texas Department of Agriculture, and then many other people got involved. It was the businesses, it was many people, the community, and especially this will benefit the ADA, the American Disability Act, with the sidewalks. This is going to be a unique, and it will bring businesses back to Floresville, downtown in Floresville, and we should all be, as a team, we got this accomplished, and that is what we need here in Floresville. Especially, this would be a good model for my colleague over here on my left, that she will start seeing things now blossom and come to reality. So yes, I thank everybody here. It's not just a one crew, me, it's everybody. We, the businesses, everybody.
Yes, sir.
So
The team.
at this time, Madam Mayor, I yield the floor.
Thank you for that. That is true. This council is moving forward, and we're very proud of it. So now can I take a vote?
You need a motion?
I have a motion.
Okay, any decision comes?
Everybody
You
in
take a
favor?
vote. Yes, ma'am.
Everybody in favor? Raise your right hand. Okay.
Opposed?
Oppose?
Thank you, Council. I'm really looking forward to that, and so it's one of the many. It's also going to help EDC. It's focused on downtown organization, so we've got other things coming to you, so I'm really looking forward to being able to do that.
Okay,
Even do a fountain, maybe, Councilman.
I know, that would be beautiful.
He didn't hear that, but he missed that.
Executive session, now we're going to, for executive session, pursuant to section 551-074 of the Texas Government Code.
Madam Mayor, I have a point of order before you get into the executive
Okay.
session, if I may, please.
Yes, Mr.
This is not new. I've been concerned about this for a long time, and I've brought it up just briefly at times. But I think your executive sessions are essentially CNAs. You have an action to be taken. However, you're permitted to go into executive session to discuss, decide, deliberate, but your action still has to be an open session, right?
Yeah.
So to me, why are we always lacking an opportunity for citizens to comment before the action? I think these need to be framed in such a way that when you get to the point, if you do get to that point of taking an action, there has to be or should be an opportunity for us to comment as we do on any other CNA. That's my recommendation. It doesn't change anything, but it makes it more proper in my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm not saying do it now, I'm saying think about doing it from now on. And again, it is not changing your ability to do what you have to do in executive session. It simply means that at a point you're going to take an action, we have an opportunity to comment.
Okay, to deliberate the appointment, employment evaluation, resume duties, disciplines, or dismissal of a public officer or employee. Personal matter.
Do we need a vote? Yeah. I make a motion, we go into executive session. It is now 7:59.
I'll second.
Okay.
We need to take a vote.
Everybody in favor, raise your right hand. Everybody opposed?